On this week's Major Rundown, every week it's all about Millsaps athletics. And every week we're on the air on Metro TV Wednesday and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. and on GoMajors.com website, as well as the Millsaps Athletics YouTube channel. So catch up with us every single week for your dose of Millsaps athletics. On this week's Major Rundown, the football team roster is scattered with names from outside the state of Mississippi. But probably the two guys farthest from home are junior Kyle Skeen from Colorado and sophomore Garrett Cobble from Nebraska. We'll catch up with those two guys and find out about their trek to Jackson and Millsaps College. The men's golf team held their annual collegiate golf tournament this week, and one of the leaders on the team is junior Drew Richardson. We'll visit with him. He's from Nesbit, Mississippi, and his dad, in fact, played golf at Ole Miss. And we'll catch up with the women's soccer team and junior Grace Gremillion. She's one of the leaders on the women's soccer team. She's from Baton Rouge, so a good visit with Grace Gremillion of the women's soccer team. Now let's get the rundown of all the Millsaps action from this past weekend. First of all, the football team headed north to Memphis to take on the Rhodes College Lynx, and the Majors stayed undefeated in conference play 3-0. They're 6-1 overall with a 47-13 win over Rhodes College. The Majors scored the first 26 points of the game and led 33-13 at the half. It was a stellar day for senior quarterback Garrett Pinciotti. He had 6 touchdown passes. He was 30 of 46 for 463 yards passing, those 6 TD passes with 0 interceptions.
Having fun, man. I remember last year and the year before it was kind of tense, kind of uptight a little bit, but this year, senior year, kind of everything's slowing down for me. I'm kind of relaxing, being able to just kind of have fun and enjoy it, really.
On the receiving end of some of those passes, Xander Romano and Trevor King hauled in 7 catches apiece. Romano had 133 yards receiving with 2 touchdown catches. As a team, the Majors rolled up 589 yards total offense. That is an average of 7.8 yards per play. A pretty dominant performance on offense for the Millsaps Majors Saturday against Rhodes College. It was domination for the Major D also, as they held Rhodes to only 270 yards total offense. Zach Bell, Joyner Stewart, Eric Martin, 7 tackles apiece to lead the charge on defense. Martin and Russell Pellicino both grabbed interceptions as well. So the Major football team still on a roll, 6-1 overall, 3-0 in the SAA to lead the conference right now. A 47-13 win over Rhodes College. Next up, this coming Saturday, a road trip to Texas and an old rival, Trinity. Game time 1:30 Saturday at Trinity. Then on Saturday in volleyball, it was the big rematch game with Berry College at home in the Hanger Dome. Millsaps and Berry, the top 2 teams in the SAA conference. It was a rematch, but Berry came back out on top in this one 3-1. Berry still leads the conference by 2 games over the Millsaps Majors. The conference tournament coming up November 2nd through the 4th, so the Majors may get another shot at Berry College. Then on Sunday, the Millsaps Majors took on Oglethorpe and came out on top in that one 3-1, so the Majors still in the midst of a great season, 20-5 overall, 11-3 in the SAA, just 2 games again behind Berry in the SAA standings. Also this weekend, the men's and women's soccer teams were both in action. First of all, on Friday against Oglethorpe. The men beat Oglethorpe 3-1 in a good game for the men's soccer team. The women's soccer team beat Oglethorpe 1-0 in a very tight, hard-fought game. Then on Sunday against Berry College, both teams playing against Berry, the men lost a tight one 2-1, and the ladies tied Berry 2-2 in double overtime. So good performance there for the women's soccer team. That's a look at the action around the Major Nation this past weekend. Now here's Major Rundown reporter Frazier Rowland.
If you look at the Millsaps football roster, you'll notice the 2 guys furthest away from home are Garrett Cobble from Nebraska and Kyle Skeen from Colorado. So, the first question you may ask yourself is how in the world did they land in Jackson, Mississippi and here at Millsaps College?
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and greet the homestanding Millsaps College Majors.
Well, I guess it kind of starts out, I was looking at schools, looking at colleges, and I just heard about Millsaps and a couple other SAA and at the time SCAC schools, and I applied, got in, and then when I was choosing them, I knew I wanted to play football, and so I kind of sent my tape to a couple of them, and and then started talking with Coach Pelch and took a visit on campus and loved the atmosphere, loved the feel of it, and here I am.
Well, originally I was committed to go to St. John's up in Collegeville, Minnesota. I visited down to Atlanta for the Coca-Cola Scholars Conference, and with some other things that happened towards the end of my high school career, I decided St. John's wasn't quite the right fit for me. And so I had heard about Millsaps and actually Mississippi College when I was in Atlanta from a couple people I met there, a couple friends of mine. And so I emailed MC and Millsaps, and Coach Weed, I think, responded to me within about 20 minutes. He got my film, and then just found out that they had a coach from Nebraska on staff. He actually coached with my high school coach, and so it's a pretty easy transition just talking to those two, and just felt right when I visited.
Well, what's the biggest difference here in Mississippi that you find, what's different about it than Colorado?
Oh man, the weather's one thing that jumps at you right away. This time, October, you have a kind of a warmer day, whereas in Colorado, it's cold and possibly snow. And
what do you miss most about Nebraska?
There's a lot of trees here in Mississippi, and I'm not a big fan of trees. I like the rolling hills and the cows, and it's a little too hot here. I like the snow. It doesn't get below 0. I don't like that very much.
What about the food?
It's too much sauce and spice. I like the plain. I like steak. Steak's good.
Obviously some definite culture differences as well. Colorado being kind of a more of a West Coast, laid back kind of place. But then, Mississippi takes it, a little differently, a little slower than most places. And I just get that generally from the places I've been in the South. I think it's really nice though. The people are extremely friendly, whereas you don't always get that back home.
Here down south, we often compare football with being more of a religion than just a game or a sport. Over in Nebraska, was it the same kind of feel?
It is, especially in the small towns where I lived by. I lived by a town of 2,000. My school had an enrollment of 100 and was considered a fairly large school for Nebraska, and so then we would play for a school of 100 to play in front of a couple thousand people. That's pretty special, and it means a lot to us. And then obviously the Friday night football is just a prelude to the Huskers on Saturday, where the real athletes come play.
Well, being from Colorado, obviously it's a long journey for your parents to come down to games. Do you get to see them very much? Are they pretty good at coming down and seeing you play?
It kind of seems like in the past, my mom gets to come to one game with, and I have a brother and a sister. And my mom usually comes with the sister, and my dad usually comes with the brother. And so usually collectively together they get to come see 2 separate games a year.
So you mentioned that your dad does some roping and he's also a realtor. You got to do a little bit of that yourself as a child in Nebraska, huh? So tell us about that.
I just grew up working with cattle and working with horses, and it's a real important part of teaching. Some things have helped me in football, being tough, things like that, and it was fun doing that as a kid, going to county fairs and doing sorting and different kinds of things. I'm hoping to get back into roping, and maybe when I get out of college, and my dad and I can go after a championship in that.
How do you feel about this year's team?
This, honestly, for me, is this team has the best camaraderie, the best just general flow of any team that I've ever been a part of, and that's saying a lot because I was part of state championship teams back home. And but this team's got something special about us. We got that edge. We got just a general fight to us that and I think coming off a losing season last year, we kind of knew as a team that this year was going to be different. And that you can tell the guys going back home over the summer worked really, really hard, got themselves in shape, got bigger, stronger, faster. And I think it's paying off here down the stretch.
What are you studying here at Millsaps, and what kind of drew you into that program of study?
I'm not sure what my major is going to be, but the English focus, the writing focus here at Millsaps was a big thing to me. I have a background in writing, and that's something I really enjoy, so that was real appealing to me when I found out more about the school itself.
I'm an accounting major in the L School of Management, and one thing that I've found about this place is that it's kind of a tight-knit community, and you really feel like you're part of a family here. And even within my major, I noticed that as well. The accounting majors and business majors in general kind of hang together, and we talk to each other about, take this class, and it's just a community environment and on multiple levels.
It's a new day in Jackson television. We are Metro TV, serving Madison, Rankin, and Hinds counties with a local flavor. It's all about local people, local places, local events, local business, and local fun. You'll see your friends, your neighbors, and your family on Metro TV. Our goal is to showcase the positive aspects of life in the Jackson metro area, from Brandon and Pearl to Madison, Ridgeland, Flowood, Clinton, Raymond, and Jackson. We'll provide professional quality, informative, entertaining, and fun programming specifically serving the Tri-County metro area. So get to know us. We are Metro TV.
Finish. Come on, Grace. Good. Very good. Save. Not good. Hi. Hi.
You've scored 2 goals already this year, and you scored 3 your freshman year, but just 1 last year.
Yeah.
So you only need 1 more to tie your personal record. Are you looking to score more than 2 or 3?
Oh, definitely. I think last year I was kind of, at odds about my ankle. I've had my ankles give out a lot, but this year I'm definitely looking to score. I've scored 1 in each game so far, so hopefully that stays the trend. Let's only hope. But yeah, we have a lot of other girls too, Taylor Winslow, Margaret and Kaylee, all very great attackers and really know how to score and give me the opportunity to score from their great assists. So I'm looking very forward to the season and to score a lot more goals.
Tell us why you came to Millsaps. What are you studying?
Well, I'm studying business administration. I would major in marketing if we had it, but came to Millsaps really, honestly, I found out about Millsaps through the old coach, Coach Van, but he really recruited me hard, He really taught me about Millsaps from the get-go, and, he seemed most interested in me, most interested in what I had to offer, most interested in my academics, and he just kept calling, and always was willing to give a hand. And I think that was really outstanding to me, and it made me feel really comfortable and like I felt wanted, because that's a problem with, I looked at other D1 schools, but this one was just had a perfect balance between academics, sports, social life. It kind of balanced it all out for me and made me realize that I can do all of it in one place. And that was a great opportunity at Millsaps. Also, obviously the academics. I plan to get my MBA and go into medical sales, but that's what I hope to go from here.
Good job, Portia.
So tell us your favorite thing about soccer.
Favorite thing about soccer? Well, played since I was about 5, so love the game from the get-go. Just from its, you're always willing to be able to change how the game moves in a second. And such a beautiful game because it's so diverse. It brings countries together, and we can all come in interest in one idea, which is soccer. The World Cup, a lot of things have really made soccer this great sport, but the best thing I love about soccer is, the shape it keeps me in. It gives you healthy habits. It gives you discipline, in job interviews, they're always looking for discipline and stuff, so it really has helped me discipline myself since I've played from such a young age. So I really hope that people see how great the game is. It used to be not so, popular, but it's really become popular, and I think it's a great game for everybody because of all, depending on, no matter who you are, there's always a place where you can learn and grow from soccer.
So tell us a little bit about Grace. Is she gonna step up this year, you think?
You know, I think Grace last year played a big role, and I think she'll do more of the same. She's already got 2 goals for us here early in the season. She provides a nice skill on the ball, able to hold the ball. I feel like a lot of times in women's games you don't see a lot of females that are able, like an Abby Wambach, who's able to get the ball under pressure and control it and distribute. And so that's what we're looking for from Grace, and then score as many goals as she can possibly. So.
Grace, who's your favorite men's or women's soccer player?
Well, I'd have to say, this sounds kind of cliche, but I'd have to say Alex Morgan, because she has just been she's such a hard worker, and she came from a little name, wasn't very, could play, but no one really knew about her, and now everyone's, tweeting about her on Facebook. She has like 1 million likes, everything like that. She's just become so diverse and popular in her sport because of her purpose in the game and her, brilliant ideas within the game to manipulate the players and score when times get tough, and in very opportune times she just really comes in and does her job and gets USA the win. So I just feel like she is one of the most remarkable players I've seen in my lifetime.
It's a new day in Jackson television. We are Metro TV, serving Madison, Rankin, and Hinds counties with a local flavor. It's all about local people, local places, local events, local business, and local fun. You'll see your friends, your neighbors, and your family on Metro TV. Our goal is to showcase the positive aspects of life in the Jackson metro area, from Brandon and Pearl to Madison, Ridgeland, Flowood, Clinton, Raymond, and Jackson. We'll provide professional quality, informative, entertaining, and fun programming specifically serving the Tri-County metro area. So get to know us. We are Metro TV. Welcome back to the Major Rundown. This past Monday and Tuesday, the Millsaps golf team hosted 10 other schools in the Millsaps Collegiate Tournament at the Deerfield Golf Course in Madison. The Majors took first place in the team competition for the second straight year, and sophomore Lewis Peters of Baton Rouge was the top individual, shooting 72 and 69 over the two-day event for a 141 total. Major freshman sensation Ryan Henry from Fort Lauderdale tied for second place, just one shot back at 142. He scored 69 and 73 over the 2 days. Henry, by the way, is currently ranked as the number 7 golfer in the nation in Division III. Other major golfers in the tourney, Captain Chris Patton shot 75-76 for a 151 total. He tied for 4th place in the tournament. Junior Drew Richardson shot 77-77 for a 154 score. And junior Thomas Baxter shot 81-81 for a 162 total. So congrats to the Millsaps golf team for capturing the first place trophy for the second straight year in the Millsaps Golf Tournament. On last week's show, we profiled Captain Chris Patton. This week, let's get to know junior Drew Richardson.
I'm from Nesbitt, Mississippi, small town, northwest Mississippi. My dad played golf. He actually played college golf at Ole Miss. So I grew up playing baseball, and he realized he didn't teach any of his sons golf. And I was the youngest, so I learned golf, got pretty good at it, and started playing high school golf. Gave up baseball, started playing golf because I was better at it. And played good a couple times and started getting calls from colleges.
Very, very hard worker, very passionate about golf. Spends a ton of time working on his golf game, plays a lot of tournaments, even in the off season. But like Chris, Drew is also a previous all-conference golfer for us. So you start to see the work ethic that Drew has take effect when he wins these awards like that. You know, guy works his tail off, and you know, He's a very, very big player for our team.
Golf was his first sport I was better than everyone else at when I was growing up. So I really liked that. And then the fact that you can play it on your own, you don't really need anyone else. And the more you practice, the better you're going to get. So if you work hard, you're going to be good. My dad always said, you either got to be really dumb or really smart to be a good golfer. And hopefully I'm on that smart side of it. But you got to have a good mind and got to be relaxed. Got to be relaxed.
So what are your strengths in golf right now, and what do you need to work on?
Well, my game's very streaky. Very streaky guy. But ball striking is usually my strength. And short game pops in and out. Like I'll shoot 80 and I'll shoot 73, like in the last tournament. So.
Professional golfer that you follow. Who's your favorite professional golfer?
Favorite professional golfer? I always liked Rory for a long time when he first came out. Now he's #1, so I can't like him as much. But I like Dustin Johnson.
Drew, do you have any traditions, idiosyncrasies, or anything that you have to do before a match every time? Put on your socks the same way or anything like that?
I always have like the same stuff in my pockets every time I play. I always have like 2 quarters in my right pocket and a div fixture in my left and a few tees in the right pocket.
How did that get started?
It just, once you start playing tournament golf, you have to have certain things on you, and I did that way my first time, and I've always done it that way.
What's the best round of golf you've ever had?
I've shot a tournament round would be a 69 during a high school district, and not tournament round, I shot 67 at Lake Caroline in Madison and 67 at Tunica National.
So you play a lot of tournaments?
Cool. In the summer, I play probably like 3 a month, so it's a good amount.
Tell me about recruiting just a second. Besides wanting the blue chip golfers, what do you look for? What kind of person are you looking to recruit to Millsaps?
That's kind of easy for me to answer. I'm looking for someone who has that fire and that passion and love for golf. You know, someone who just absolutely loves being at practice, loves working hard, and just loves everything about golf and improving at the game. You know, if we can find a good student athlete that has that fire, then it's a great mix for us. You know, that young man or young woman comes into our program and wants to get better and wants to succeed and really, really wants to see their name up there in the nation, in the rankings, we're going to mix pretty good together. You know, we're going to have that equal passion and work on things day and night to improve them. What can Millsaps offer a high school golfer? The best education in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Yeah, it's a phenomenal education. Before I came to Millsaps, I had some personal friends of mine through high school play sports at Millsaps, and they had spoke very highly of the school. So throughout the years, I've known about the reputation of the academics, and it's hands down has lived up to every word that I've heard. You know, we also offer an unbelievable personal touch, a nice Southern hospitality. Everyone has their own, you know, mix of how they take care of student athletes as they come in here, and we spend a lot of one-on-one time with our student athletes. And not to mention, you know, one of the best golf programs in Division III in the country. We've worked really hard, and we take a lot of pride in what we do here at Millsaps when it comes to both golf and academics.
It's a new day in Jackson television. We are Metro TV, serving Madison, Rankin, and Hinds counties with a local flavor. It's all about local people, local places, local events, local business, and local fun. You'll see your friends, your neighbors, and your family on Metro TV. Our goal is to showcase the positive aspects of life in the Jackson metro area, from Brandon and Pearl to Madison, Ridgeland, Flowood, Clinton, Raymond, and Jackson. We'll provide professional quality, informative, entertaining, and fun programming specifically serving the Tri-County metro area. So get to know us. We are Metro TV. Coming up this weekend around the Major Nation. First of all, Millsaps will host the very first SAA Cross-Country Championships Saturday at Choctaw Trails in Clinton. It's the first conference championship in cross-country for the new conference, the Southern Athletic Association. The men start their 8K run at 10 a.m. and the women take off on their 6K run at 11 a.m. Here's head coach Andy Till talking to his team at a recent practice.
So I was thinking about something, that I saw over at the Mobile meet. Bring it in a little closer here. Right when the women's race started, women took off and they're going down towards the Gulf. I look over in the tall grass and I saw Sam bounding like a gazelle running through the tall grass. And I was thinking, my first thought was, where the heck's he going? And then I look over and I see, see a teammate, cruising. And he's still kind of coming in, okay? And then it occurred to me, he's running over to cheer on and bring in a teammate. And when Douglas finished his race, first college race ever, all the guys, ran up to him. Every one of them. All the guys ran up and gave him a hug and high-fived him, and were right there bringing in, just bringing in their teammate. And we had a few guys that had been in for 5-7 minutes, but they all waited. They were all there waiting on their teammate to finish up. And guys, it's that kind of attitude that I think is going to continue to build our brotherhood. It's going to continue to build our team concept. When everybody takes notice of each other's racing and stays together and cheers each other on and is there for each other all the way through. When you finish your race, you get back out there, no matter how well you did or how poorly you did, to get back out on the course and cheer each other on and hold each other up. That's what it's about, and that's what I want us to continue to build on. So Sam, nice work.
Who do you run for?
Millsaps!
What do you run for?
Heritage!
I can't hear you!
Heritage!
Woo!
Also this weekend, the major volleyball team will finish up the regular season hosting 5 other teams in the Millsaps tournament Friday and Saturday at the Hangar Dome. The majors having a great season, 20-5 overall and 11-3 in the SAA conference. They'll battle it out this weekend with Huntington, UT Tyler, Letourneau, Loyola, and Belhaven. Then the next weekend, November 2nd through the 4th, is the SAA Conference Tournament at Berry College. So catch some of the great volleyball action this weekend in the Hangar Dome on campus. On Saturday, the men's and women's soccer teams are both in action. They travel to Birmingham for matches with Birmingham Southern. The women play at 4 p.m. and the men at 6:30. And also on Saturday, the Majors football team will travel to Texas for a battle with an old rival, the Trinity Tigers. The Majors playing some great football right now, 6-1 overall and undefeated at 3-0 atop the SAA conference. Kickoff Saturday against the 4-3 Tigers is set for 1:30 p.m. Remember, the Major Rundown airs on Metro TV every Wednesday and Thursday nights at 8 p.m. And you can also find us on GoMajors.com and on the Millsaps YouTube channel. Hope you'll join us again next week as we take you inside Millsaps Sports.